Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. Happy New Year. My name is Dogg, and I am so excited to be back for season 3 of the podcast. And of course, what better way to kick off season 3 with our Road to South by. It is episode 1. I'm going to be giving you 5 bands and artists that have been announced. They have announced the first 2 rounds of artists and bands for this year, 2024's edition, which will happen March 11th to the 18th or 16th, something like that. But each week, too, we'll give a little bit of tidbits about the festival itself, why we do it, what makes this festival so great, especially for a podcast like us, where we are highlighting bands that are up and coming that aren't maybe not on your radar yet, but hopefully will be after you watch and listen. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. That helps us. That helps the bands and artists that we feature. Also check out our sponsor, RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR Outfitters.com for all your clothing and especially for the wintertime needs. So South by Southwest, founded in 1987. It is a convergence of film, media, comedy, and of course, why we go, the music. Last year, we went, that was I think my 4th time going, so this year will be my 5th. Last year, the attendance was 345,000 people that descended upon Austin, Texas. So South by itself is now, as of 2021, now 50% owned by the Penske Media Corporation. Now, Penske Media Corporation also owns Rolling Stone Magazine, Variety Magazine, and Billboard. And it also owns another music festival, the Life is Beautiful Festival in Las Vegas, which I actually went to the first one of those. So that kind of gives you a little bit of idea of South by and why we go to this awesome festival. There'll be over 2,000 bands, I think, this year. I think that's what it was last year, and that's what it typically is. It can go up to around 3,000, all in bars, restaurants, churches, flower shops, parking lots, bridges. It doesn't matter. And it's from 6 in the morning until 2 in the morning. So you can definitely get your full day's worth of music, which we always do. So let's kick off our Road to South by series. So our first artist that we're featuring and band is an artist called Mim Jensen. And the album that we're featuring is her album, Emotional Affair, which came out in August of last year. The 3 songs, Germaphobe, Pause Button, and Self-Affliction. Germaphobe is an indie rock 90s anthem about a failing relationship, written in 10 minutes, full of emotion from a band who started during the pandemic in Christchurch, New Zealand, after Mim left Melbourne, Australia in 2018. This song and Hurts Like Hell are both about her breakup after a 6-year relationship to frontman Eddie Kazanowski from the band Pretty Stooked, who are a local band as well. They are signed to Wine Gum Records, Mim Jensen, and like I said, the Germaphobe is this indie rock 90s anthem. Pause Button has this like kind of dream pop feel. And then Self Affliction is more of like an acoustic ditty, like a ballad. So she is all over the board, but does it very well. Looking forward to seeing her. Mim Jensen. Our second artist and band that we're featuring is a band called the West Texas Exiles. The album that we're going to feature is Volume 1, and that came out in February of 2023. The three songs, Hotel Tomorrow, Exile, and New Moon Foe. This five-piece band played South by last year for the first time, and also Willie Nelson's Luck Festival, which we will get into at length throughout the series that we do. We await their first full-length album as the fellas blend Jason Isbell with Buddy Holly, as watching movies and sadness are inspirations to write and record. Although their name says different, they actually met in Austin, and which is really cool, they won the 2022 International Songwriting Competition Americana category. And they remind me a lot of the Wild Feathers from Tennessee. The next band that I'm featuring, or artist, is a band, and I hope that I'm getting his name right. His name is Iogi, I-O-G-I. The album I'm featuring is We Can Be Friends, and that came out in October of 23. The three songs, Delicate Creature, We Can Be Friends, and Side of the Road. Delicate Creature, ladies and gentlemen, has this Beach Boys feel to it. We Can Be Friends has this 80s kind of dancey vibe to it, and he plays the harmonica so well. And then Side of the Road, I mean, words don't describe that song. You have to listen to it yourself. A musician and producer based in Tel Aviv, Israel, who started playing violin at the age of 7 years old and has been a solo artist whose real name is Yogev Glusman. I get a Foster the People 80s style vibe, like I said with the We Can Be Friends song, as his voice is soothing and the music is dreamy. This guy is super talented, and I am excited to hopefully see him live. The next artist that we're featuring is a man named Dylan Gossett. The album we're featuring is No Better Time, and that also came out in October of 23. The three songs, Coal, Beneath Oak Trees, and then I forget the other song that I wrote down. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, this Austin, Texas singer-songwriter who just started releasing music last year, he already has 4.3 million monthly listeners. His gravelly baritone has Zach Bryan feels, and after listening to Ed Sheeran in middle school, he picked up a guitar. With lyrics like these, they say pressure makes diamonds. How the hell am I still coal? He is essentially playing a movie in his head and creating a story through his songs for the listener. Definitely Americana, Lumineers feel. Yeah, like I said, Zach Bryan, a little bit of Jason Isbell, maybe even a little Ryan Adams, but just excellent, excellent storytelling, and his voice, it'll get you. The last band that we're featuring, these guys are going to be, they're called the Silver Lines. The album is an actual EP. It's called Sleaze, and that came out in June of 2022. A lot of singles in the meantime, including Hotel Room, Bound, Packet Racket, and Love Made. They are from Birmingham, England, and they are a four-piece made up of lead singer Dan and Joe Ravenscroft, who with these songs just want to punch you in the face with their guitar rock. But in Packet Racket, they sound like Talking Heads, and Love Made would make Cage the Elephant proud. Formed by the brothers in 2018, they have amassed quite a following with 11,500 monthly listeners. And I cannot wait for this rock show that will travel across the pond to Texas. So there you have it, our 5 artists and bands for our Road to South by, episode 1. And this is season 3, episode 1. So thank you for going along on the ride so far. This season is going to be great. We have some great interviews coming up and some exciting stuff. So again, Mim Jensen, West Texas Exiles, Iogi, Dylan Gossett, and the Silver Lines. So again, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff for our YouTube channel and our social media pages. Don't make sure to like and follow our sponsor, which is RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR Outfitters. I will post on our socials and in the credits for our YouTube episode of this episode, the Spotify link so you can listen to these artists and bands. So you kind of have an idea as well, other than just listening to my opinion about them. So thank you so much again, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I've been Dogg. You've been great. This is the Music Lab Podcast.